we'll just give it a minute, see if some more people join. Hi guys, yeah, sorry about that. Yes, let's make a start. Yeah, so there isn't many updates today. As you know, we're still waiting on responses from a few things. for instance, either CE certification, the materials that we've ordered, etc. So we're just waiting on a few then confirmations. And there is one point that we did want to make today. As with this, today we have heard from Buybox that someone contacted their customer service and was obviously, upset with the service and giving them abuse down the phone. Can we please say, make a point that if you've got a problem with Buybox, can you please contact one of the admin team and we can deal with this? It's just because we've got to bear in mind Buybox are providing this service completely free to us, and they're putting all their resources on this, and we don't want people ringing them up and complaining to them, because a lot of their staff don't know what's going on. So we know the appropriate people who to contact if there is a problem with Buybox. So yeah, if there's a problem, can you please contact one of the admin, and we will sort that out straight away. I'm just wondering if there's anything else the admin team wanted to add on that note.
I think you said it all. I mean, I dealt with most of it this morning. It went from the contact centre, out from the contact centre to the area managers, from the area managers to the CEO, and then back down the line to our guy that's helping us. So it was just, it was a bit of a shock to him to have to explain why this has occurred and get a bit of a rollicking, let's say, for doing a good deed. So let's not put them in that situation again, please.
Yeah. Cheers, thank you, Phil. So yeah, like I said, there's not many updates tonight, but we're here to take some questions. If anyone's got any questions, please put them in the YouTube chat and we'll get to them. Also, as we mentioned yesterday, if anyone's got some ideas for if people want to do a social online thing this weekend, we can put one together, whether something like Cards Against Humanity or something. We can all join in as a community and have a laugh.
If anyone has any better ideas than Cards Against Humanity, by all means, step forwards as well.
Good point, Phil.
Definitely. Nikki, yes, we are. So I'm dealing with both logistics and IT. So I'm constantly trying to get more logistics partners on board. So we don't have any details or have anything kind of set up at the minute. It's just constantly whatever we can get our hands on, we will try and utilise for this. And Christian, on that, bear with us. There was a couple of people in the same situation. There was an issue with our emails that got sent out when parts have been received, where you received an incorrect email. We are actually dealing with that, and I will get hold of you in a private message outside of this.
Mango Master, having a compilation of best settings for the STLs. So we have put the printing channels together. So if you on Slack, you just click on plus next to the channel sign, and you can go down and select through a list of all different printer makes that we've listed out on there, and people will be adding the specific settings for that type of printer. So any questions as well to that specific type of printer can be found in there and such.
Les, with the question about the stack file, we are still looking at the stack file. If you do have problems with it, then I can definitely recommend, if you have an appropriate printer to do so, that you look at like auto eject or something like that. If you speak to Alfie, I'm sure he'll be able to point you in the right direction, or he has also linked it up in various places as well.
Yep. Tom, that is a great question. So anything in the pipeline going forward for the National 3D Printing Society after all this is over? we have a good group here. Yeah, definitely. You know, the National 3D Printing Society has been here now for 3 years. Prior to this crisis, what we was doing National 3D Printing Society was we was helping set 3D printing societies up in various universities across the UK and helping them collaborate together, share knowledge and provide opportunities to them. So one of the main things that we do is we go out, we get industry partners and smaller businesses who want to look into 3D printing and such, and then we bring them to our network, and they provide the opportunities to everyone who's part of the network. So whether you're a student in university, maybe a master's project they propose to you, or a dissertation or a PhD project, or if it's, you know, a small company and there's someone part of the community that they put a project out there that wants someone to look into, that, you know, all that falls in line with this is job opportunities for people, work for people, and, you know, general knowledge, you know, sharing ideas, etc. So we, you know, down the line there will be a full educational platform that people can utilize, courses you can do on there, loads of content, people can add courses and tutorial videos, etc., and share ideas. And then obviously we'll have a whole page for the whole job listings if people want to look for jobs in 3D printing. There'll be a lot of listings there, and also we do get business partners in to give all our members discounts on materials, printers, events, and everything like that. So that is what we do as a National 3D Printing Society before this crisis, and it's what we'll be doing after this crisis as well. So yeah, all the community is more than welcome to join us in that after, you know, we've done with this project.
So James Lang, you've got 2 questions there. So on your first one, if you've got a stacked file that works, that you've made some changes to, by me send it across to admin, we can obviously have a look at it. If you found a stacking solution which works better than ours, we're definitely all ears. And as your other question asked about a box that you sent 2 weeks ago, I'm going to take a random stab in the dark guess, and I'm probably going to be right that you sent this through a Gap location, of which, apologies to everybody who sent stuff through Gap. That issue's been resolved from the Gap point of view. We now have a slightly different issue where the poor staff at IGUS do not have enough hours in the day. I spoke to them this morning. They had 4 pallets come in Monday morning of deliveries, and these are high stacked pallets that they're trying to work their way through. It's not a large number of people working on this in their warehouse. So just be patient with us. As soon as they're booked in and this backlog's dealt with, we should be back to a nice steady flow that they can manage. But as I said, that they are working extremely hard on this. I'm constantly in talks with IGUS about getting any issues resolved from both your end and their end as well.
Definitely.
Direct post. Yeah, if you send me a message on Slack, I can have a look into that for you and see what's going on with that. Just send me your packing slip number, please.
Is it Peter? Which link do you mean on the website? If you mean in the Slack channel link, we do have to replace it. I think it runs out after a certain amount of days, so we do have to keep replacing that, and we are trying to keep up to speed with it.
Mango, that is actually something we were already working on. Therese has been dealing with that side of things. Unfortunately, she's a bit busy at the moment to be on this call, but that is something we are trying to get support from as well.
Good point there, Les. But yeah, I would like to, keep reiterating this point. Please check out the social media channels and share and like them, as often as you can, please, because the more awareness we get about what we're doing here as a whole group and everyone involved, the more support we'll get, and that is what attracts the support, is that sort of publicity.
Same with YouTube as well, so you don't miss out on these daily updates. If you click the subscribe and then hit the bell icon as well, you'll be notified every time we put one of these calls out. Mango Master, yes, very. A lot of us admin guys are putting in a lot of long hours. Some of you may have seen in the past, I've been sending out emails at 4:30 in the morning on some days. It is a lot of work at our end. But like you guys, we're just trying to do our bit to help.
Yeah, Les, we're going to look further into this. I'm going to take a further look at this week at this stackable version, see if we can get something sorted out. But in the meantime, we can still print these individually, which we can guarantee a good quality print doing them individually. But obviously, we understand that some people have printers that can do stackable versions quite well. So I will push further on that this week.
Yeah, just a general bit of 3D printer advice. If you've got, I mean, it's no disrespect to the people that have them. If you have a low end printer, I would suggest sticking to single part prints, because there are various different problems with the lower end printers that will struggle to print stacked versions.
Yeah, they can easily go out of tolerance more often, and especially this is especially as well with open chamber printers. Because you've got to bear in mind, if you've got an open chamber printer, that the air temperature around the print is changing rapidly, so that you'll have different cooling rates at different parts. So if you've got different cooling rates, it may be contracting quicker at the top than what it does at the bottom, and this can cause slight warping issues, etc. So this is why it tends to be a bit easier on the higher end printers, because they tend to be a closed chamber, so it's a bit more of a controlled environment.
So if you need any printer support, remember, if you go onto Slack and next to where it says channels, click the plus button, you'll be able to join the appropriate channel for your printer and get some support in there as well. And yeah, don't forget in the hashtag start here channel, there's I'm sure the documents in there that tell you obviously everything from box sizes for buy box, all the different delivery routes and options, and give you full details of the whole process. So please do take some time to make sure you read those documents. Peter, in all honesty, with an ANET, they are very difficult printers to dial in. That was actually my first printer. That they take a lot of extra upgrades and stuff to get the frames rigid and everything else to be able to actually get a good quality print out of them. It's definitely possible and definitely doable. It just takes a lot more effort with something like that than, for example, if you pay what you pay is what you get. If you spend £2,500 on an Ultimaker, for example, you're going to expect great print quality straight out of the box. Unfortunately, with an ANET, they just take a little bit more work.
Yeah, I haven't used the ANET before. I'm just taking a look at it now.
Yeah. Also, Peter, as well, make sure you turn on the appropriate thermal runaway protections, given that ANETs don't exactly have the best safety records.
Is the ANET made out of laser cut acrylic?
Yes.
Right, that's what you. Yeah, that'll be chucking itself out of tolerance quite a bit after a period of time. Yeah.
They are great fun as a starting printer. A good thing to learn on, because you'll spend a lot of time fixing it. So you'll learn the ins and outs of your printer very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I would suggest that as well. With the first printer I had was one of the CTC printers from over in China. I think I paid £185, brand new, dual extrusion heated bed, and yeah, that must have taken me a good 7 weeks to get it up and running properly. But as first prints I'd used, and if I didn't, I'd take 7 weeks to get it up and running properly. I wouldn't have learnt as much about 3D printing as fast as what I did. So I've always found it's great to buy a crap printer first.
Yeah, exactly the same reason for me as well. I didn't know if I wanted to actually get into it at first, didn't want to commit. I'd already seen lots of videos on YouTube and stuff about it, and always wanted a Prusa, but I was like, is it worth it? Bought an ANET, was like, yep, I love this. The only problem is my printer's not great. I've got the money, I'll commit to a bit more. And now I've got two Prusas sat behind me that are complete and utter workhorses.
Sorry, guys, I have to drop out there for a second. I just wanted to mention to everyone, we just had someone stuck at one of our buy boxes. Just to mention to you, if it's not scanning the label, just hold it further away from the scanner. It just needs to be about 30 centimeters away from the scanner, and then it'll scan for you. And I just wanted to remind everyone as well that we have updated the Start Here channel with all the new SOPs and guidance. If anyone wanted a little bit of a refresher, the information's there for you.
Yeah, House of Chung and Alfie hiding in the background there. Yeah, lucky enough to be able to get two of them. Not gonna lie, if someone happened to want to send me a pallet, two in my direction as well, I'd quite happily add one of those to it as well. Peter, yes, that was exactly why I stopped doing that and just went, you know what, just buy something better.
Did your pin eventually work, Les?
If I remember correctly, Les, wasn't that one that I sent out that didn't get sent out originally? And I think I may have accidentally given you the wrong pin. I can't remember. So you should on the screen be able to just select to add another package, and it should just let you add another package to the same locker and log that on the same access. Peter, no, we don't have figures on rejected parts at the moment. We've kind of been building up what stats and figures we're actually keeping an eye on, but that is one we'll be adding to the list. So for those people of interest, so far parts that we've had donated, we've had 2,269 V7 headbands donated, 1,988 of the surgical mask grips, and the V3 headbands ended 5 short of 31,000. As I said, we've got a lot of those parts are sat waiting for Igus to have enough hours in the day to book those parts in. But obviously we'll get more stats and figures out to you when we can. We're currently focused on a few other IT problems at the moment, but as soon as we've got some time in the workload, we will be looking at getting a public list of all the stats and figures so you can see live where we actually are at, and that'll all be on the website once we've got that up and running.
Les, yeah, we just ordered a load of. We're going to have some more updates on you once we've got some confirmations through. But we have ordered some more visors and that. A couple more thousand, which are on the way now, and they're just being cut, I think, and they should be with us shortly. And we'll obviously give you updates as soon as we get them. We do like to give you guys updates once we've got everything fully confirmed and it's happened, just in case, because a lot of this stuff that's happening in the background is, so sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Everything's changing. There's a lot of businesses where they have stock 1 minute, then they don't have stock the next minute, and we just got to move really fast with it. So there's a lot of stuff changing in the background. So we like to give you guys the most definitive answers and what's exactly happening now. Myself, currently, I use Idea Maker for the braze and obviously Cura for the Ultimaker I'm using at the moment. And then two of the slices that I tend to stick to, really. Sometimes I've used Simplify 3D, but I find that the standard ones for the machines tend to work a bit better.
Yeah, before I use Prusa Slicer, exactly the same as Alfie there. I've used that on all my machines. So I've got a CR10S Pro that I'm kind of trying to bring back to life as well, which I've used it on that as well. But before I used, well, you say the name wrong, but Slick 3R or Slicer Prusa Edition as well. They've never had any problems with it whatsoever.
What I would say with that as well is, if you're not aware, there are now specific channels that you can add to your Slack with regards to what printer you have. And if you've got some good settings for that printer, you can put down maybe Cura and then your settings for that. So you can share the best settings between you.
Same as well with I can't remember exactly how it works with Cura and other slicers, but I know for Prusa Slicer you can export your settings as well for a specific configuration of settings. So I actually have a set of settings I'm using specifically for this because I tweak them to print faster for this particular model. So you can just have a .ini file. Obviously, it does depend on your printer's age and calibration. So one person's settings might not be perfect on another printer, but it's a good place to start and build from there if you do need them.
Les, that's a good point. We're looking to doing something like that.
Yeah, sorry, Pete. My ANET settings have long since gone, unfortunately. So I'd quite happily send you over what I had before.
So yeah, I'm just conscious about the time again, guys. So we'll start wrapping this up. So yeah, we'll obviously do the call again tomorrow. 8 o'clock tomorrow it will be again on YouTube. So I'd just like to obviously iterate. Yeah, please go to the social media channel, share amongst all your followers and friends, and obviously, like we were saying before, the more publicity we get out, the more help we'll get in, and the more prints we can get to where they need to go. So yeah, I'll close it here, and yeah, thanks again for everyone sending all your prints and stuff. Keep it up, and we'll keep getting the material out to you guys, and keep on with these updates and progressing things forward. Cheers.